How is another person able to drain another person dry? And why? Why would they do it? Mark, the 12th chapter, tells detailed steps on how a person is able to drain someone dry, and it ends with why. It starts out talking about a man going on his journey, and he leaves his valuable vineyard to a person that's tilling the ground and taking care of it. It says that he put a fence up and he put a watchtower up. So he was protecting it from the outside enemies, the outside ones that was going to drain him dry. But little did he know it was the person. It was the person inside. It was an inside job. So when the person that went on the journey sent his first servant, what did his first servant come for? He came to partake of the fruit. And the person that was working the land, what did they do? They beat him and they sent him away empty-handed. And so that's the first thing a person does when they drain you dry. They make it look like it's not your possession. Then the man that went traveling sent a second servant. What did they do to him? They stoned him on the head and they sent him away ashamed. That second person, that second servant, wasn't looking forward to partake of the fruit like the first servant. He was looking for position because they sent him away shameful, guilty, like he had no right. And so the man that was gone traveling sent a third person. And then he sent more after him. They beat some and they killed others. And finally, he sent his son, said they would honor his son. And so what did they do to him? They put a lot of thought process into that. And they said, this person, the son, can be the heir. Let us kill him. So they got rid of anything that would cause that vineyard to be attached to the one that was traveling. That last one would have inherited it. And so what does that mean? That means that that owner, that person that went traveling, it says he let the land off to the husbandry, which are people that are, tilling the land. That meant he had grace for them. So that son, of course, would have had grace because he's an heir. So he would have took total possession over it. So a person that's going to drain you dry gets rid of any evidence that would look like it's yours. If you let a person work the land without proof that it's yours, they will start thinking that it's theirs. And so that Mark, the 12th chapter, Jesus was talking about the Pharisees that were around. And when they heard it, they knew that he was talking about him. And they tried to kill him, but the people that were around were watching, and that's what their main goal was to please the people. And so they tried to catch him in his words. They asked him, should we give tribute to Caesar? And so Jesus said, bring me the pennies so I can see it. They brought them to him. And before they did that, they tried to say that we know that you're all for God, that you don't care for man. They made sure they said that statement before they asked him, should we give tribute to Caesar? And so, Jesus told him to bring me the penny. And he asked him, whose face is on that? They said Caesar's. And they asked him, whose inscription is on that? And it was his. And they said, well, you give unto God the things that are God, and you give to Caesar the things that are Caesar. God uses man. So you're not going to see God's signature on anything outside of going through a human being. That's how we know the love of God is through a human being. So what the second thing a person does is they remove anything that acknowledges that thing originated from you, whether it's your face or signature or anything. So they remove you as the origin of that thing. And so the third thing they do, they came to him and they didn't believe in the resurrection. And they were asking him questions pertaining to the resurrection. These 7 husbands, and all of them had a wife. And they said, in the resurrection, now they was trying to catch him again. They used the resurrection and they didn't believe in the resurrection. They said, whose wife will she be at the resurrection? Jesus told them they err not knowing the truth. That error comes from a spirit of error. That type of spirit doesn't believe everyone is worthy. So the third thing they will do, they will not only remove you from your position, they will make you look like you're just a possession. And so after all those questions, someone came up and saw Jesus answered them well. Let me ask him this last question. He asked him, what's the greatest commandment? Jesus said the greatest commandment is you shall love the Lord God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. They're able to do that because they are missing that. That's how they were able to do it. All of those parables, love was removed. When loving God and loving your neighbor as yourself is removed from the picture, no matter how great that other part looks, they will be able to drain you dry.